Thank you.
Moving on, ahead of assembly elections in Karnataka, the budget 2023 was presented by the Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai. It took Bommai over almost 3 hours to finish the budget speech today. The government presented a revenue surplus budget with no tax hikes, breaking the trend of revenue deficit budgets for the past 2 years. The budget also gave special attention to farmers and women. But a controversy erupted after Bommai government decided to allocate 1,000 crores for temples and mutts in the state. The state government has also promised to build a majestic Ram temple like the one in Ayodhya in Ramanagara district. The temple will come up on a hill in the Vokalika belt in Karnataka where the BJP is politically weak. Meanwhile, Karnataka Congress President D.K. Shivkumar termed the budget as useless and said that the budget did not have anything for the people of the state. He even claimed that there was no need for a new temple in Ramanagara. Let's take a quick look at some of the major highlights from the budget overall. 500 rupees for landless women farm labourers per month has been announced. Free bus pass facility to women in the organised sector. Interest-free short-term loans to farmers up to 5 lakh rupees. 10,000 crore rupees additional subsidy for Kisan credit holders. Life insurance to 56 lakh small and marginal farmers. All major syllabus will be translated to the local language Kannada. 100 crore rupees for construction of new schools and development of schools. Free coaching for 10,000 SC/ST youth to get appointed as Agniveer. Here is what's been announced for Bengaluru. Overall grant of almost 10 crore rupees allocated for the capital city. 5-kilometer elevated road at a cost of 350 crores. Additional 120-kilometer roads to be white-topped at the cost of 1,000 crore rupees. 300 crore rupees to repair roads in 110 villages under the BBMP. What has become a point of political significance is the Astha pitch by the BJP government, and it's coming just months before the elections. A Ram temple has been announced in Ramanagara district. 1,000 crores have been allocated for renovation and upkeep of various temples and mutts. And out of this, 375 crore have been earmarked for mutts belonging to backward classes. The big question we're asking today, is this grant for temples and mutts, is it a deserved grant? After all, governments do earn money from temples too, and they make similar doles for other faiths, or is it plain appeasement ahead of election?
Thank Honorable CM for coming forward for the redevelopment of the temple in the Ramadevara Betta.
Has presented an excellent budget with a long term of development forecast for the year 2023-24.
He had lost his voice. He doesn't have an urge. He could not communicate what he wanted to do. Is it a useless budget?
Let's go across to the guest joining us. Dr. Sameer Kagalkar is BJP spokesperson, part of convener of the economic cell in Karnataka. Nagaraju Yadav is Congress spokesperson. Let me first begin with Dr. Kagalkar. The Congress has already rubbished this as a useless budget. They've also criticized the fact that you're announcing a Ram temple. D.K. Shivkumar saying there's no need for any of this. Have you done this purely with the elections in mind?
Thanks so much for having me on the show. It's a democratic country. The Congress is at liberty to sort of grow beards, put flowers on their ears, call anything as useless and rubbish. They feel absolutely free to feel idiotic. There's no GSU on that yet. So that really doesn't give any credence if they were to call it a useless budget. Why I would want to call this a exceedingly relevant and a meaningful budget is because we are looking at a long-term perspective. What do we mean by long-term perspective? Very quickly, the focus or the high focus on capital expenditure makes a budget very, very long-term focused, growth development focused. We have put more than 60,000 crore rupees on the capex out of a total budget size of 3 lakh crore rupees. What does this mean? This means the kind of a focus that the central government is doing. For instance, 10 lakh crore out of a total budget size of 45 lakh crore. Both the center and the state are very clearly focused on long-term development, putting money on the capital expenditure, building up infrastructure and strengthening the cities like Bangalore. 9,500 crore for Bangalore. And if Shivkumar ji wants to call this as rubbish and useless, let him be my guest.
Okay.
We couldn't care less.
Okay, Nagaraju Yadav, you seem to be in a habit to criticize things for the sake of it. What's your pointed objection to what has been announced in the budget?
It is completely disaster, I'm telling you. Last time when they went to election in 2018, they had promised 600 promises. They are not able to fulfill not even 50 promises what they promised in the election manifesto. Let it be to aside. Last time 22-23 budget they announced where they are not even able to implement even 25% of the budget what they announced. What are they talking about implementing the budget? Today I'm telling I'm being the member of Legislative Council. I can talk on every point what they've spoken today. They're talking about quality education today. Have they appointed? Still the vacancies are 1,41,000 teachers vacancy in the government schools. What have been they doing for past 3.5-4 years time? What is the quality of health care they're giving? They have no control or regulation over the private health centers today, which are looting in the Karnataka state. The government is a part of all that. We are talking about Bengaluru city. They are giving 9.5 crore rupees are being given. 9,500 crores are being given to Bengaluru city. What is the status of Bengaluru city today? Same CNN News18 has shown how many deaths have happened because of potholes today. High Court of Karnataka summoned the BBMP commissioner and BDA commissioner and warned them saying that should the Prime Minister or the President of India should visit Bengaluru to repair this road. These are the questions raised by the High Court and Supreme Court of India today. Where have they done that? And also they have said the free bus passes for students. Why they are making it only for girl children? Why can't they give it to the boy children? Students are students. Why are they dividing that? And when Congress was there, we wanted to build a Rajiv Gandhi University in Ramanagara. Instead of building Rajiv Gandhi University there, Health Sciences University there, they want to build Ram Mandir. Ram Mandir was built by Kengal Hanumantaya, who was a congressman, who was a former chief minister. What are they talking about Ram Mandir? Even in Siddaramaya's constituency, Siddaramaya himself has built a Ram Mandir. What are they talking about? Why
so if you built it, then what is the problem with the BJP also building it? I thought that you were opposed to it because you don't believe it is required, as DK Shivkumar said. But if you yourself done it, why can't the BJP do it?
I'm telling you, they are fooling the people of Karnataka today. They are not doing anything. I'm asking you, who's responsible for 25 deaths happened in Bangalore city just because of potholes today? Are they answering about it? What happened to the 8,000 crore rupees budget was announced last year for Bangalore city development? Have they done it?
Yeah, I want to ask that question to Dr. Sameer. Bengaluru is a rich city. But we've seen being rich alone doesn't give you results. You need to have some vision. You need to have some will to take the city out of the infrastructural mess that it is in.
You had sanctioned 17,000 crores in government of India. What have they done to the
Okay, let him respond now. Let Dr. Sameer respond now. Money alone is not the issue. The money was never the issue. The issue is what are you going to do with that money? Dr. Sameer.
So now when it comes to the point in terms of what we have been doing in the last 3 years, plus Mr. Yadav asked me, he should, before he forgets, lest he forget, remember that we went through let him not forget that we went through 2 tough years of pandemic, and notwithstanding that, today Karnataka stands as one of the topmost states in country in terms of GST collection. We have crossed 10,000 crores in December, being the second largest in the country. Our economy didn't go down in as much as the national economy went, even during the peak of pandemic. When it comes to today's economic size, we are talking of becoming a $1 trillion economy. That is the vision. We are talking of strengthening Bangalore and going beyond Bangalore. That's our vision. We are talking of putting focus on agriculture in terms of millets, which is going to give you not only nutritional support, but also a diversified source of income for the farmers, given the fact that millets happens to be nationally as well as internationally the in thing.
No, I want to come in. One second. Nagaraju Yadav, please hold on. I want to come in.
No. I'm answering one question. Why are you giving it only to girl child? Absolutely rightly said. You need to understand which is the area that we are lagging in, which is where the society is not supporting. If the girl children are not being sent to all variety of reasons, allow me. Don't shout. Allow me to complete.
You're talking about farmers today. I'm telling you, Turdal farmers who are going in Kalyan Karnataka, 61 farmers have committed suicide. Do you have an answer for that?
Okay, Mr. Yadav, allow him to speak. Yes, very quickly, please finish on the girl bus passes thing. Very quickly.
Exactly the point. So the point is, there is a situation where you need to support the people who are perceived to be socially backwards for the reason for a wide variety of reasons. For instance, not having toilets in schools made a lot of girls drop out of high school probably. Our government ensured that all the schools will have functional toilets for girls separately. Likewise, this is an effort from our side.
Okay, one second. I want to come in. Mr. Yadav, you mustn't interrupt him like that. He gave you uninterrupted time. Please allow this. But Dr. Sameer, I want to ask you, what is the need for the Ram temple in Ramanagara? Why have you decided to build this?
It is not just a matter of Ram temple in Ramanagara. If you look at it, we are looking at Anjanadri in Hampi as well. The point is very clear. At some point in time, development is multi-pronged. It's a holistic development. It's not sufficient if you have enough and more money in your bank account, enough and more consumerist attitude, enough and more malls, but we also need to realize who we are. There's something called your cultural aspects, your cultural moorings, who we are as a people, who we are as a country. And some of the symbols of this particular who we are stands in terms of our history, our culture, of which Anjanadri is one, Ram temple is one. We have Udupi Krishna, we have got Kudala Sangama. And we will not let go of them just because Congress has an issue with it. And DK Shivkumar, in case Mr. Yadav didn't know, built up a huge, big Christ statue in his Kanakapura. What was the need for it? If there is a need for there, why is there not a need for a Ram temple in Ramanagara? You can't have multiple standards. You cannot have multiple standards, period.
Okay, Mr. Yadav.
Ram Mandir, we are not opposing Christian church. We are not opposing a masjid. Remember that. First is the development for Congress. Congress wants a welfare state to be created, not a communal state like what you are trying to do it.
Growing beard doesn't give you intelligence. Please convey this message.
I would like to say one thing, madam.
What is the problem? Why is Mr. DK Shivkumar saying that there is no need for the temple? This is sounding like the same trope that the Congress has been on. You said that the Congress party said this for the Ram temple even in Ayodhya. You didn't find a need for the Ram temple in Ayodhya also?
No. I would like to tell you, in the matter of Ram Mandir, we were saying that we will go by the court judgment and we follow the court judgment, we'll accept the court judgment.
Okay, what's the problem here?
It is not the Ram Mandir built by BJP, it is a court order and we have accepted, whole country is accepted. There ends the problem. They can't take the credit for that.
Okay,
now,
what's the problem here?
Ramanagara needs a development today. We were talking about a development. We are not against any Mandir there. We are asking that the Ram Mandir or Ramanagara was named long ago, not because these people are back in power. What I am asking
so
is,
if they're doing this now, what is the problem?
Why are they not concentrating on public transport? What have they given to the public transport of Bangalore city? Why are they not easing the traffic problem of Bangalore city?
Okay, I have limited time left now. Dr. Sameer, final word, please, 30 seconds. Instead of this, you could have focused on what the public needs urgently, is what the Congress's point is. And you're doing this to communalize the entire state. And lots of people will also allege, this is with an eye on the elections. The whole 1,000 crore grant for the upkeep of temples and mutts is with an eye because you're going into elections in a few months' time. Dr. Yadav, Mr. Yadav, not like this. Nobody will understand. Dr. Sameer.
Yeah. There's a fallacy that says that development and your cultural preservation are mutually exclusive. That's a big fallacy. Comes down to it. If you were to today visit Varanasi, the kind of an economic development that happens because of religious tourism, it can be Varanasi, it can be Velankanni. The religious tourism potential is high. What does that lead to? Apart from satisfaction individually, as a collective society, we benefit with tourism, with travel, with hotel stay, with purchase of goods and services locally. The economy grows, no two words about it. And it's not about communalism. I mean, if Nagaraj Yadav wants to talk of communalism, he should go back and see why did Rajiv Gandhi do Shilanyas in the 1980s. I mean, that's something that he needs to understand. We need to be proud of who we are as a country. We need to be tolerant. We need to make sure that there's a synergy between development and culture. They are not mutually exclusive. If anything, one complements the other.
Yeah.
If
no, I don't disagree with that. But there has been recent animosity over issues related to religion, historical figures. We'll wait and see whether that overtakes the narrative ahead of the elections. Or will it be development narrative? Mr. Yadav, unfortunately, I've run out of time.
Only 2 seconds, ma'am.
Yes.
I want to ask. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, please go ahead quickly.
I only want to ask them. They are the double engine government. Why have they not bought? They say the highest GST collection in Karnataka state. What has happened to Karnataka state? Why are we not getting the due share what Karnataka is supposed to get? 25 MPs have been elected from BJP. Have they done their duties properly?
Okay.
We have been borrowing the money on the people's head of Karnataka.
I've run out of time though. I do thank both of you for joining us. We will try to continue this debate and it will naturally continue as Karnataka votes. Time for a very short break. Coming up on the other side, we've been discussing the crackdown on child marriages in Assam. Now an exclusive CNN News 18 report on the child trafficking issue in the state.